Welcome to the Ambitious as Fuck podcast, where we have raw conversation about staying motivated and ambitious while facing real life challenges. Success doesn't just happen, you have to work hard, fall, and keep getting up regardless of the obstacles. If settling or giving up is not your style, stick around for this real ass conversation. My name is Priscilla, and I've always enjoyed helping and motivating others. While developing my own brand, I realized my passion for marketing and empowering others to keep pushing forward and manifesting their dreams. Thanks for tuning in. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Ambitious AF podcast. Today I have a guest all the way from Las Vegas, but of course we're on Zoom. Her name is Sabrina Wayneberg, and she is a brand photographer. Sabrina, tell us just a brief little thing about yourself.
Well, hi, thank you so much for having me here, Priscilla. I appreciate it. And thank you for giving me this opportunity to more people know about me and what I do. So basically, I'm from Argentina. I've been living in the States for about 21 years. So pretty much my half life here, my half life in Argentina, and I love it. So I have two French bulldogs. That's my babies. I don't have kids, but those are my babies forever. And I'm married with a husband like I love, but actually it's true. And the good part about it is like he totally support what I do and what I like to do. So honestly,
That's always nice. Yeah,
that's a plus. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So pretty much my biggest decision to quit my job as a bartender. I was bartender for 23 years, so working nights, sleeping during the days, and was crazy. So he was a big, part of part of like I quit my job and have a kind of normal schedule, like I say. So that's what I'm here, mostly for him actually.
Sabrina, really quick. So I want to let everyone on the show know. So we're recording this as the podcast, but we're also recording it and it'll be posted on YouTube. So I will share the link later. But Sabrina, so how in the world did you become a brand photographer? Obviously, you became a photographer first, right?
I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I think because my father was a fashion photographer back in Argentina for his whole life, and at that time wasn't digital, so it was film. And I was kind of going to, I call the red room because it has a big red light when the magic appeared, when the film was discovered and the pictures show up. That was back in the days. And for me it was a game, and I went with him to the fashion shows. And at the beginning, I pretend to be kind of a model. That was like, every little girl, was, like want to do when you are a kid. But I think that was my first step into photography. So when I grew up, I moved to Miami from Argentina. I started working as a bartender, and then I start photography as a hobby. And I study in Miami, and I fall in love. But I just, like I said, it was a hobby. I just take pictures for my friends and their kids, and that's it. And then I moved to Las Vegas. I started working in nightclubs, and was very good money. I'm not going to lie. So I, left my camera in the closet for, I would say, 5, 6, 7 years, something like that, until I was tired to working at night. I said, you know what? I need to figure out something else. I just tired. And my goal was like, when I turned 40, I was like, no more nights for me, no more nightclubs, just normal schedule. So I was looking what I can do. So first I tried microblading. I didn't like it.
Really?
Yes.
You got certified and everything?
Yes, everything. I was starting my own business as a microblader.
Oh, wow.
Was good, but wasn't for me. So I was like, oh my God, I need to get out of the nightlife. I need to start to do something else. So I was open my closet one day. Oh, here's my camera. So, okay, let's back to photography. But
Oh.
I take this time like okay, like as a business, not as a hobby anymore. So I started studying more business. I start get more certifications with the top photographers around US.
Mm.
So I did a lot of courses and on photography, sorry, and business. So I ended up to be a wedding photographer, which
Okay.
I like it, but I was the same thing, working weekends, long hours, my
Yeah,
passion
so
is travel.
let me interrupt you really quick
Please.
because so for anyone who's listened to the show, I used to work with a wedding planner, and I kind of was in the beginning of starting her business and stuff. And those hours, like you're just saying right now, is there's you can be there for like 12-hour days.
Oh
And
yeah.
then that doesn't even include your driving, and it doesn't, as a photographer, it doesn't include the editing. So that is crazy. So
Oh, the editing is crazy. Last wedding we have was 15,000 images. So not only edit them,
holy
pick the
sh.
best pictures. Yes, yes. So, and it's not the time consuming, it's not all the stuff, it's also the pressure. I get some anxious because if you miss that shot on a bride and groom wedding day, probably they will hate you for the rest of your life.
Wow. Oh yeah. A bad photo. Oh my God. Bad photos is like everyone's worst nightmare, and that's why it's important that you invest in a good photographer. Okay, so I interrupted you though. So
No,
you
no,
you,
no, it's
you
totally
weren't
fine.
you weren't cool with the weddings. You were like, I don't want to do this. So then,
Well, I love them, but as at some point I feel like I was doing same kind of hours and even more actually, pretty much the
yeah.
whole days, weekends, Saturdays, Sundays, and sometimes during the week. And so when the pandemic started happening, all pretty much all the weddings were canceled. So I was
Okay.
like, okay, I need to pivot to something else. I need to do something different.
Wow.
So suddenly, I don't know, like everything start, getting back to normal. My schedule and my bookings that are all full, and basically most for women who wants and need pictures just to start their business, or they want to improve their visuals, or they need to connect more with their audience. So I said, well, this is a nice niche. I had some sessions about some entrepreneurs, but I didn't took it that way. I was just like, okay, somebody else, someone need profile
Okay.
pictures. But after that, I looking for that niche, which is pretty new, kind of.
Kind of
Uh,
because of social media, I would say for sure.
exactly. So
Hmm.
for me, it was like, okay, I think I can do this, and I love it, and I enjoy it. And the most amazing part of my job is I meet an amazing woman, like, and I feel like I represent. I feel like, okay, we are in the same boat. We are struggling. We want to have our business just glow, and just be there and show up. So that's how basically start my personal branding photography journey,
Wow.
and I love it. Oh, I love it.
Wow.
I love it.
Okay, so I didn't realize that you started that pivot at the time of the pandemic. And so I love to encourage people on this show. I always say this. So that's actually very motivating because the fact that you've been able to switch gears and create something. And let me get into how I met Sabrina really quick. So Sabrina is my best friend Diana's brand photographer. And that's the first time I have seen that, perhaps that as a business. I've never really seen it either. But I was seeing Diana, and Diana, you guys probably heard her on the last couple. There was an episode a few episodes ago, and then a couple seasons ago. But she's a wedding planner, and so I don't know how you guys met, but either way, I saw Diana's photos,
And I was like, oh, wow, these are really good. Like, I love this. And she started telling me, she was raving about Sabrina. And she was like, oh, yeah, you should meet her. She's so cute. She's got this cool personality. She's Latina. And I was like, okay. So then I started following Sabrina. And I've been like just following her for about the last year. And then Diana did another set of photos, and those were like my favorite because she's over there with her suitcase and she just looks like a badass. Like, you captured her badassery. Like, it was awesome. And so then so then finally I was like, I want to reach out, I want to meet Sabrina. So I was reaching out to her on social media, then we were chatting, and then next thing you know, we're talking. I was like, do the show, please do the show. And so that's how I met Sabrina. But what I have to say is that a lot of people are getting into the brand photography niche, like you said. But what I'm seeing is that not everyone is giving the same value that you are. So when it comes to you're actually teaching people how to take really good photos for their brand. And I'm not seeing that much content with that expertise. So you are actually an expert at, capturing these moments and teaching people. So that, I think it's very inspiring. And I didn't realize that you just started this last year, or I mean, in the pandemic.
No, I haven't started. I started before that, but after the pandemic, it's like blow. Like,
you were like,
wow.
let's just do this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because before the pandemic, I did a lot of branding, but after because it's like any business or any industry, you need to start, working on your portfolio, especially if you want to, start working in the future for branding, for example. So at the beginning, I just was like, offer like free photo shoots with clients. Like, I think they will be my ideal clients. So I start working pretty much for free or charge nothing. And then when my goal at the beginning was just put my name out there. And so when people see my work, oh, they like it, and say, okay, I want to work with her. So it's like you mentioned before, it's just not about the picture that I offer. It's just an experience. So from the first time like you contact me, we have a Zoom call like we are having right now, and I want to know more about your business, what you want. Some people even don't know why they want pictures. Okay, probably they say, okay, I need pictures just because I need pictures. But what I tell my clients, okay, we need to shoot with an intention. Why you shooting this? What do you want to transmit to your clients? Why which color of your brands are, and we can accommodate that for the aesthetic of your brand. It's just not a picture. I can take so many pictures just like this, just like drinking your coffee, but if it's not a story behind, that's not making sense for me. So it's a lot of preparation before the shooting day. It's a questionnaire. It's a style guide. It's posing guide that I offer. It's a props guide that all the props that you can bring. So the inspiration board. So it's not just, okay, call me tomorrow, shoot tomorrow. No, it's a whole preparation. So yeah, it's a lot of behind the scenes.
And how did you figure out that that all of that was needed for you to take amazing photos? Like, how did you figure that out?
I think probably from my own needs.
Okay.
So because of course, as a photographer, I would love to have professional photographers. So I'm sorry, professional photography. So I have my photography partner. Like, we do weddings together. And so we work in our pictures to each other. So sometimes I'm my client. So okay, what I need for this shoot? So I wanna do some posts about what to wear. So I think about pictures, how to transmit that. So probably me in the rack of clothes, like choosing clothes or different outfits. Okay, now I want to So I probably am my own client, kind of. So I put in their shoes, and I I can be a photographer, but doesn't mean I need to be very comfortable in front of the camera. So I, reading blogs, searching online. It's like, okay, if I do that, and I know, I can imagine my clients. They don't know. They don't. So that's I wanna help them and make it easy for them through the process. And I always tell them at the day of the shoot, my goal is like, you are not stressed at all. You have everything ready. So your outfit's ready, your props ready, your captions ready for your post, and that's it. The only thing we need to do is just shoot and have fun. That's it. Don't worry, okay, should I wear this? Should I wear? No, everything is planned before our shoot day.
Right.
No,
and that, you know what? So I keep telling Diana, I was like, okay, the next time I go to Vegas to go visit you, I'm getting a shoot with Sabrina. I don't care what I'm doing, but that's gonna happen.
No, you will be doing amazing, and we have a plan for that. Don't worry about it.
Oh man,
it's so smooth and easy.
I can only imagine how fun it would be. So I recently did my first brand photography shoot, and I had a blast. The only thing I have to say is that, you know, there wasn't as much information given, which is okay because she's also starting off. So I know like everyone starts off and you learn and whatever. But I learned a lot from Diana because of what she learned from you. So I was asking Diana a bunch of questions. I was like, so what do you do at the shoot? And so how does it work? And then what about changing and, you know, stuff like that. And so I felt so much more confident in my own shoot. Even though you had nothing to do with it, you actually did have something to do with it.
That's awesome. That means a lot to me. So it's like, okay, what I'm doing is working, and it is. I remember one of my clients. She bring with a bunch of like a paper. Okay, what is this? Oh, I print all the guides, and I love it because I send digitally, like in a PDF, and she get everything printed, and next to everything she has notes. And I totally love it. And that means a lot to me because, okay, people pay attention because you can send so many things. And sometimes I have clients, they don't read the guides, and I have clients that print them all. So it's different, for everyone, I guess. And whatever is work is perfect. But I insist, like, as much prepare as you are for your photo shoot, it will be much easier, and you get even better and instant results.
Yeah.
And if you come to the photo shoot stressed, the camera can reflect that, right?
That's very true.
Yeah. That's what I say. Okay, guys, rest the night before. The same day, don't worry about everything. Everything has to be packed and ready to go in your car from the day of the shoot. That's it. Don't even worry about that. And that's it.
So tell me, Sabrina, what is like your favorite part about what you do?
Preparation. I like when I talking with my clients and see the ideas where we can have for the shoot, even in the Zoom call. Okay, I was like, oh, you should do this, you should have this. I have that instant imagination and process everything in my head. And the shooting day, I really enjoy. And the magic after the editing, because the pictures behind the camera, they are nice, but after the editing is another thing. It's completely different. The lighting and everything.
So how do you decide which pictures you're gonna edit? Like what makes them stand out to you? What is that process like?
Okay, so basically my clients choose the pictures. So when we are shooting, I show my clients behind the cameras, and every different shoot, every different clothes changing, because they need to feel comfortable. We are we are the worst,
our own worst critic,
right? So it's really helped me a lot, just show them behind the camera, and I can ask them. If I don't see like, oh, I love it right away, I know it's something wrong. Not because the picture probably, but because how they feel about it. For example, for me, you can look amazing, That,
Right.
oh, you know what? I don't like my chin, how it looks. Or so that helped me instantly correct that and make you feel more comfortable about it. And
Mhm.
if you don't like it, we change the angle, we change the outfit. So that's the time to transform the mistake, not the mistakes, but something is wrong or something you don't like to something
Uh-huh.
that you love. So until I
Uh-huh.
don't get that, oh my God, I love it, I
Got
don't
it.
know. So, but it's like, it's like break the ice first. It's just know each other and know more about yourself
Mm-hmm.
at the time of the shooting. So that's how basically I remember kind of the pictures that, oh, I love them. Oh, I don't like this one. So I, when I come back home, I select the best pictures based on that, based on the eyes, if they are closed, if they are open,
Right, right.
based on the focus. And then I choose my kind of favorite ones. And then I send first the proof gallery. So basically, I don't choose the pictures that you want to choose for
Oh,
your
so
final.
you edit after they choose.
Well, I pre-edit the pictures to my
Okay.
clients,
Okay.
and then they choose their favorite, and I finish the editing process in like
Okay,
the
got it.
soft skin. If I see something that I need to be fixed a little bit more, that's what I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Got it. Wow, that I think that this sounds like I'm not going to change professions, but if I was to choose a different profession, like everyone's like, no, no, don't change again. Don't change. I changed my business 3 times. But this to me, I think would be probably the next thing because somehow it all fits together. And because right now I tell a story with the written words or I can write a script or whatever. I can tell a story and you do the visual aspect of the story with the photos, and so it all relates to each other. And so I appreciate what you do very, very much, because when I did see some of Diana's photos, I was like, oh my God, just from this photo I could see a whole story, and my brain just right away exploded with ideas of how I could tell her story. And plus I know her so well, and I've
Right.
seen her start at the bottom and now where she is now. So I was like, oh my God, girl, I could tell a story. So like, that's how powerful what you do does, because it tells a story and you can fill it in with words. It's
And
awesome.
like my main goal in every single session is like my clients, of course, are happy with their pictures, but create stories, and they have so much variety in their library, their pictures library, so they can use it for pretty much everything. Their
Right.
websites, the blogs, the social media. Uh, I remember once she just hired me for the um, profile, no profile, email
A
signature.
headshot.
No, yeah, but for email signature, she needs just an email signature. So she needed a
Oh.
professional headshot for that. So the difference from the headshot to brand photography is the headshot is just a headshot. You can
Right.
find like the boring ones, like with just one white, dark, whatever background, even outdoors. But the brand photography is the story, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which
Mm-hmm.
is include headshots. So
Right.
everything is included. The headshot, mid shot, action shots, so many things. Even
Right.
though product shots, or I love to photograph. For example, if you are I don't know, like a chef, your hands into a salad bowl, just to say something. So detail shots. That's what I mean. Detail shots.
Right. Right. All right. So Sabrina, what is have you ever experienced, because obviously, as a photographer, you see people, you meet different people and whatever. Has there anything that stood out to you that maybe you were like embarrassed or it was really funny? Because I've had some funny stories before with Diana, and like maybe some embarrassing times, just period. So do you
Well,
have a
yeah.
funny or embarrassing story?
Well, yes. One of that I remember I was uh, getting like into a mini sessions for my clients, and I get a new camera. So I want to try this new camera for
Oh
this new
man.
photo shoot.
Oh
I
man.
set up the camera like I set up my old camera, But I realized that I was shooting in another quality kind of like a resolution, not quality, resolution.
Okay.
So for professional pictures, the best resolution is called raw, like crudo, like we say in Spanish.
Yes.
Like, because the information, the whole information about the image is right there. If you shoot in JPEG, the file is more compressed. I didn't have that more information at the time you need to edit or whatever. So that was my first mistake, and I realized after all the shoot, when I back to my house and plug my camera, and I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, what I do. Well, ended up really good. Nobody realized. I was like, Google a lot about that, how I can do my best in the editing. Nobody realized. Pictures were amazing, clients happy, but sometimes it happens like when you, for example, in the weddings, everything is happening very fast, and maybe you are not have time to set up your aperture, your ISO or anything, and like, or the lighting situation is, oh my god, that's the worst part, right? When the lighting is like bad, and you can, you need to work around that, and like I sweat, like, oh my god, what I can do. So, but yeah, it's happened a lot.
Okay. I thought you were gonna tell me that you had to like tell them we gotta do the shoot over again. I was like, oh my god.
Well, so far
it hasn't happened.
But I have sessions that I didn't like. I have sessions that are not even in my Instagram or Facebook or website, because
in your portfolio, basically.
Exactly, because sometimes I can guide my clients what to do, but sometimes they don't want to listen, or
That's
maybe
true.
it's not their idea,
right.
And it's ended up in something I don't like.
Yeah.
And it's okay. I do my best, but it's not what I really like to do.
That makes sense. And would you say that that's kind of a challenge when you have a client that just isn't, maybe they're just so uncomfortable in front of the camera, or they don't take direction well, or like
it's awkward because honestly no one, it's a model by nature, right? Some people are, but not like, so that's my job, just guide them, pose them, and I feel like I have a knowledge about that, and for my are the best. I'm still learning, because there even like it's different bodies. It's different when it's different kind of bodies, and you had to go through around that. And I love the challenges, but sometimes what is more frustrating about is like when people, they don't listen. There are, especially if we are shooting outdoors, it's a specific times that I know the pictures will be amazing, and at specific times I know they won't be that amazing. And sometimes they say, well, I expect this. Yes, you expect this, but the location is different, the lighting is different, your outfit is different. So that's a challenge. So
that's a challenge.
Yeah. So at the beginning you shoot everything. You shoot babies, you shoot dogs, you shoot everything. You want to practice, you want to learn. So in that process, it's kind of a filter, what you like to do, what you don't like to do. I don't like to do babies, first because I feel afraid to hurt them, and literally it's not for me. It's a lot of patience. So if you have babies and you choose the photographer, oh my god,
choose a baby photographer, right? That's a good point. Very good point, because not all photography is created equal. And I'm really glad you point that out, because I have been talking to a lot of photographers lately. I don't know how this happened, but I do know a lot of photographers, and I've worked with them and try to help them and stuff. And of course I'm still learning, to guide people. I just like helping people, period. But as a photographer, like you're saying, choosing where you're going to go, which direction, because it's not the same. It's all different.
Totally.
That's a
Even
very
though
good
when
point.
you choose your photographer, just go and see their style. Why? Because probably you like the pictures like you see on Instagram, let's put it that way, and they're kind of more like dark and moody. And my style is not like that.
It's not,
And
yeah.
if you hire me to pretend, you know, get moody and dark pictures, with me won't be like that because I'm not changing my style of editing. So you need to choose what you like, what you want, right? If you see my work and you like it, I assume that's what you go for.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's another thing. If you choose your photographer, just do a research and see which direction your photographer goes. Don't expect light and airy pictures on a dark and moody photographer and vice versa.
Right.
That's education is key. You had to educate your clients. And like I said at the beginning, I did everything. But now I also choose my clients.
Right.
If somebody requests me something like I don't feel comfortable to do, or I don't feel like, you know what, I don't think it will be like a good match, I don't take it because you won't be happy, I won't be happy.
Yeah.
And it's ending in a disaster. And I don't like that.
I really appreciate how this has gone because I feel like you're giving tips to obviously other photographers or people who aspire to be a photographer. But you're also giving tips to people who are looking into the like getting photos taken. And I feel like so this kind of affects everybody because you need to know what you expect as a consumer, as a client, but also what are you going to offer as a photographer. So I love how this actually just went in both directions because this is like extra value for everyone who's listening. So Sabrina, what are your goals? Because it sounds like you've probably hit the goals that you might have set for yourself. I almost feel like you probably passed your goals that you had already set for yourself.
Oh
yeah. So where are your goals heading now? What's your next goal?
Well, like I say, I have a lot of photographers who reach to me and ask me questions about how I do this, how I do that, blah blah blah, and I would love to, yes. But the only thing I'm really not kind of insecure about is my accent, and I know like or the way I speak. I don't know. So probably I go through Spanish. Uh, Teaching.
Oh, the Spanish avenue of teaching.
Yes.
So you'll speak in Spanish as a
yes. That's my first language. But I was looking around, and it's nothing like I feel like okay, this is the best yet. Yes. In Spanish. So honestly, I've been investing in education a lot, and I choose the best photographers that I consider are the best.
Right.
And I learn a lot. So I want to transfer that in Spanish.
Wow.
So because I didn't find anything as good as I get, so I'm trying to go to that path next year probably. That's my goal. It's hard. It's not easy because it's take a long time, and like it's like a business. People maybe like it, people maybe not, maybe not. So it's hard, but it's not just that. It's business. How we promote that? It's a lot. It's a lot. It's not.
A lot of work.
Like everyone know if there are businesswomen behind this, and it's just not even what you do. It's how you people let know about what you do. You had to be constantly on social media, YouTube. You have a YouTube channel. You have a podcast. Girl, how you do that? All of that. Sorry,
it's hella fucking work.
Okay, how you do that?
It's hella fucking work. I don't even know. I swear to you.
And plus, you are a mother and you are a wife. Oh my God! Now I'm like, okay, this is a lot of work. How you do that? Tell me. Give me the secrets because I'm going that path.
Ambitious as fuck. That's all I can tell you. This is
Love that.
who I am. This is what I do. And if I put my mind to it, I'm gonna fucking do it. Like that's just
I
how
love
it
that.
goes.
Where, when, and how you find time?
Oh my god. I love it because you're
Let's
interviewing
change
me
the
on my
interview,
podcast.
girl.
I love this. This has, I swear, this is probably like the best episode ever. Okay, to answer your question, I make the time, and sometimes, and this was actually a topic that I had brought up one day, and I'll probably talk about it more. But that, you know how people are arguing about hustle, like, oh, you should work less and this and that and whatever. Yeah, when you get to a certain point and you can pay a bunch of people to help you work less,
There you go.
of course you're gonna work less. We don't want to work hard forever.
You know what? Like when people, especially like not most of the coaches, but like I'm getting so frustrated for two things. First, they say, "Oh, you need to quit your 9 to 5 to be better." This and that. That's a lie. That's a lie.
Bullshit. It's bullshit.
That's a trap. If people
you have to work while you're building the other thing. You have
or even though wait, some people they really feel comfortable with a 9 to 5. So don't lie to people.
That's right.
Being
And I know
is hard. It's not like, oh, this is my own schedule. I travel around the world.
No.
Could be possible, but it's a lie. It's a lot of work behind the scenes. A lot of work working on the videos, editing, creating content, record so many times because you made mistake
and have clients too. It's so fucking hard.
Like you say before, it's like when you are there and you have a bunch of people working with you, it's different. But still, if you have a team, you have to guide a team.
Right.
It's never end. It's like if you really think it's like, okay, you just do something and it's going to, give a lot of money in your bank account. Yes, but it's a lot of work behind that. It's just not like I want to make money.
And I'm glad you brought that up, Sabrina, because this is the same conversation. God, I swear to God, this is the best episode ever. But Diane and I have this conversation all the time. And we're like, it takes, you start at the bottom. Like you said, you were doing photography for free or close to nothing, at first. And it takes time to get to that point where you are choosing your clients. You weren't choosing them at first. You were going with whoever was going to pay you. Same thing for me, And so it's like, it's such a process, but we're so used to seeing like, it looks like overnight success because of what we see on social media, because someone, I didn't know about this person. Now, who's this person? They're so famous, but you don't know the whole story of how long it took for them to get there.
Nobody is in your home when you are like wake up like 4 a.m. because
when you're crying because you're exhausted and you have to get something done.
And barely eat sometimes because you are here in the computer retouching, answer emails, making your email what it says,
signature
serious, or when you are learning or when you are teaching, nobody's there, nobody knows, but it's a lot of behind the scenes. But at the same time, it's worth it. It's worth it every minute. It's worth it every effort. Let me tell you, I start for free sometimes, and then I start charging $50, and then I start charging a little bit more. And this year was, I'm not lying, was 2-digit year for me every month, and I start for nothing. But it took me a long time, a lot of sacrifices, a lot of hours put in education and learning constantly. It takes time. It's not from one day to another. It's not going to happen that way.
Right.
But you had to be consistent. In whatever business you are. It's not only in photography. Whatever you do.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I like looking and change niche if you need to, and change careers if you need to. I was bartender, realtor, Microblader.
Realtor. Oh shit.
Yeah, in Miami. I didn't like it either. So until I found something I really love,
Yeah.
and I can see results after a while.
Sabrina, thank you for saying that, because like I mentioned earlier, I changed what I was doing. I went into business. I had no plan. I had no money. I just knew I didn't want to work for the fucking dentist that I was working anymore. For 16 years, I was so sick of all these dentists. I was sick of them. And I keep saying I'm going to write my book, and I started it. It's just been really hard to get to that. But anyway, I went into consulting, then I went into organizing, then I went into remote assistant, things like that. And then I figured out marketing, and now I'm doing copywriting. It's like, it doesn't, but now I'm seeing the results that I've been wanting to see this whole time. And I think it's like, until you're happy doing what you do, you're really not going to see those results.
No, exactly. And be consistent, but the most important, get educated. Invest in education. But not only in your field. I do a lot of photography education, and I also business, because you can be the best photographer, but if you don't know how to sell your pictures or how to treat your clients, it's not a point.
Yeah. So there's more involved than just what you do. Yeah.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So I think, for example, in my case, I'm working with a lot of entrepreneurs, right? But also I do stock photography. Mm-hmm. And probably people don't know what it is, but when you see in the presentations on Instagram beautiful pictures about your computer or your beautiful pen next to it, okay, that's what I do. So I work for different companies. They buy stock images from me. So they request, for example, okay, Sabrina, I need health and nutrition pictures. Okay, Sabrina goes. I'm a stylist because I had to style the whole thing, and I do that. And they buy pictures from me, and they can they not sell, but they have a membership where people can go and buy those pictures. So probably if you see beautiful pictures out there, are mine too.
That's awesome, Sabrina. Well, so we're gonna get ready to close this up, but I want to know how do you stay motivated? What's your fire?
Oh my God, I think it's like I never can be quiet. I always am curious, and I like, okay, what I can do next, what I can improve myself better. And like I say, I'm doing. I'm going a lot from education and new styles, new topics, new trends. And now I will soon incorporate videos to my brand sessions. So that's what my next thing. I'm learning videography now. So yes. That's another
Wow, step. Sabrina. Okay. I love it, because you are exactly ambitious. You are
I love it.
Definition of ambitious. And I love this because, whether you're a woman or a man, I know that my show kind of ends up having a lot of women on it. And I have this strong, I want to say, like, the strong sense of community with other women who are just pushing and trying to make things happen and be better, be happy with their life, and to aspire to be the best they can be. And there's no limit. There's no freaking limit. And so I really thank you, Sabrina, for sharing your story and for your energy and your just this was so much.
You are so sweet. I love it. Thank you so much for having me here. For me, it means a lot. That means like because sometimes you don't know who is following you or who is behind your Instagram or your website or when some women just like you approach to me, honestly means a word, because something like you are doing right, and like or maybe somebody keep the attention, or like you have a message for someone else. That means a lot for me.
That's great. So tell our listeners and our viewers, where can they find you? Where's the best place to see you hanging out?
All right. Well, I'm everywhere. But mostly my favorite social media platform is Instagram. So my name is Sabrina, but some people know me by Lady Brown Boss. So you can follow me on Instagram at Lady Brown Boss. My website is www.ladybrownboss.com. And Pinterest, Lady Brown Boss, Facebook, Lady Brown Boss, everywhere. Except Twitter. I don't like Twitter.
Oh yeah, I can't do Twitter. It's too busy for me.
But
But
it's pretty easy. Lady Brown Boss everywhere.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sabrina, for talking and sharing your story. And I can't wait to see photos that you take of me, and then of course
Absolutely.
where you end up with your teaching, because I think you'll be great, and you're gonna have so many people.
You're so
following
sweet.
You, so.
Thank you, Priscilla.
Thank you everyone for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
For daily tips and motivation, follow me on Instagram at AmbitiousAF Copywriting.